Can you just share Peter Dinklage's number?
You want to call him?
Oh my God, do you think he'll answer?
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. At the tone, please record your message.
Hi, Peter. Hey, listen, it's Eric Stone Street calling to see how you're doing. And
Congratulations! I'm Jamie.
Hey, this
Hi,
is
so
Jamie.
nice to meet you. I'm such a big fan.
Okay, now it's
Love
weird.
you. Okay,
Goodbye, Peter.
Bye.
He's gonna give me so much shit.
Oh no, really? You can erase
well,
it.
you ruined it.
Sure. Was I not supposed to say
It was
anything?
going really well up until then.
You should probably erase it. I think we should erase it.
I'll deal with the aftermath.
Are you really gonna get in trouble?
No.
Okay, thank God. Jesus! Hello, Dexter nerds, and welcome to another episode of Final Cut, your ultimate hub for all things Dexter and the official after show for Dexter Resurrection. I'm your host, Jamie Chung, and I'm here to dissect everything from this week's episode. And today, we welcome the ponytail guy. It's the one and only Eric Stone Street. Give it up, guys.
Hey.
Ow, ow. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, thank you.
Before we dive into this episode, let's talk about what it's like to join the Dexter universe. I heard a story from Clyde that you had once auditioned as a dead person.
I mean, everyone wanted to get an audition
Yeah.
for Dexter, and I was just like everyone else, an actor trying to get a part. And then when Clyde Zoomed me, him and Scott Zoomed me to say, do you want to play the Rapunzel killer? I was honored that they thought of me. I thought, well, you guys have good taste. That's exactly what I think.
I mean, episode 4, when you're in the room with Uma, with Michael C. Hall, Peter Dinklage.
Who?
Peter Dinklage?
Which one was he?
Yeah, it's okay.
He and I have the best.
He's on
I'm
Game
like,
of Thrones.
Peter, you and I are going to be friends forever. I'm going to stay in your life and mess with you for the rest of my life. Everyone was great. Of course, I knew David before. I knew
Yes.
Kristen a little bit before. I'd never met the legend Uma Thurman. And I knew Neil Patrick Harris. I'd met Michael C. Hall years ago, but being there, I think I've heard Clyde say it, it's like a frameable call sheet. So here we are all in this room together, such an eclectic group, right? Legends and talented people. And I just was like, it's one of those times when, as an actor, when you're nervous to go into an audition, and it's like, I'm auditioning for Steven Spielberg right now. I always tell actors, it's like, well, you're in the room. There's a reason you're in the room. So rely on the fact that something got you to that room. And I literally had to do that and remind myself on the set of Dexter's like, well, I'm here because of something I did with all these people, so I need to act like I've been here before.
Who's your favorite?
Of the cast? Well, you know, I didn't know the process. You know,
Yeah.
you walk into someone else's world and you want to be very respectful of how everyone works. Of course, I have so much admiration and respect for Michael C. Hall. Like, he's just a tremendous actor. You feel like you're in the presence of just a really great actor. But that first scene of mine is literally when I get off the elevator. That's the first thing I shot. And I don't know what Michael's personal boundaries are. I don't know what Dexter's necessarily personal boundaries are. And I just did me. I mean, like, because I again, Clyde and Scott knew what they were getting when they hired me. So when I came out of that elevator, you know, I just got in there and grabbed and hugged Michael. And then afterwards they were all like, oh my God, when you went in and when you just grabbed Michael, you keep doing that.
You touched him?
Well, I realized like, oh, I probably broke through some boundaries there right off the bat that maybe I should have asked permission for, but Michael's just awesome. He just went for it.
We're gonna jump into this episode. This episode 8 is called The Kill Room Where It Happens. And I feel so bad for Angel. I'm so worried about him. I just want him to back off.
Yeah. And also because David, is such a great guy. He's the purest character in the entire franchise. He's always on the right side of everything.
Everything. Stop, Angel. Just stop. For the love of God.
Lowell, Mia, Gareth, and then there was Al.
You're losing all your friends.
They're not my friends. Okay, you were right. The lines got a little blurry.
Why do you think that Al is the last one standing?
I think Dexter probably likes Al the most.
You
probably
think?
gets a kick. I think he probably gets a kick out of him. I think it all changes when he sees the show and
video.
tell. I
Yeah.
think, well, that's obviously when it changes. But I think Dexter quietly gets a kick out of Al. And, you know, I hope that he's not looking forward to killing Al. But then once he sees the show and tell, it's like he knows what he has to do.
He has to do it. When Dexter calls you, you're packing to leave. I love how Al is packing number one dad. I mean, I think that's just something that you would hang on a wall.
Yeah. I was like, well, I brought it
getaway
home.
car?
Brought it home for my girls to give to me for Christmas.
Jeez. What a dad. Is that something that you asked for props?
I said, make sure, Al, it's clear that he went to all the hokey stores to get stuff for the kids. Like, yeah, they asked me what I wanted, and if you look in that sack, you'll see a little Statue of Liberty in that sack. I wanted all that stuff.
That
Yeah.
you picked everything out.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. I am so sorry. I'm so...
a ramp to the stage. Of course, how could I can't believe my oversight.
Viv, you've done great. And you have until the weekend to make it right. Can you do that?
Of course, sir, I'm on it.
Vivian? How's your daughter?
The specialist you sent her to was a lifesaver. She just got a clean bill of health. Thank you so much for everything.
That's my privilege.
How crazy manipulative.
He reminds her what he's done for her.
Yeah. And also what he can take away.
Peter, undeniable. Great.
Did you make him laugh on set? I'm sure
Oh,
you
yeah.
have. God, I would love to hear his laugh.
His person that works with him, that's with him on set, got a real kick out of how much shit I gave Peter, because you can tell that Peter's the shit giver in most of the situations, and like literally in the makeup chair, we were staring at each other and we're looking at each other in the mirror, and I really had the moment where I'm like, Peter, you know what? I'm gonna stay in your life and fuck with you. Like, I really feel like you need that. One day he said, I feel like we've skipped about 4 steps in a friendship.
Friendship?
Yeah.
Ow!
Shoot, sorry. You okay?
Yeah.
I'm off my game today. It's been a week.
They had to have had a professional do that.
Well, I would think
Right?
so. I've never
have you
had
had-
acupuncture, so I would assume there's a technique to it. I mean, I'm hoping there's a
Yeah,
technique
there's
to
like
it.
there's spots.
Yeah, I'm hoping somebody goes to school and learns like where to put those needles.
Yeah.
So either that actress like got a quick.
Like a quick crash course one. No.
But Hollywood's amazing. For example, the elevator that all of us get out on in the show when we get off the elevator, not a real elevator.
Okay, yeah.
Just a prop. I'm like, you guys, how do you do this? So who knows what the technique, because it's been done before, so who knows
Yeah,
what
that's
the
true.
technique is. It could have a little butyl on it and they could just go, and you'd never know that it's not actually stuck
Or
in.
maybe it wasn't Michael's body.
Ooh,
I'm just
no,
joking. I'm
we saw
joking. It was,
that.
it was,
We
it
saw
was.
that. Oh, how about Michael's body when he had the love scene in season like 7
I'm
or
sorry,
8?
there were so many sex scenes.
Yeah,
and-
but it
and,
was
like,
a
was it just guns?
No, it was his whole body, and I texted him. I said, we almost saw your Michael C. Balls.
Yeah.
I was like, Michael!
Oh my.
Yeah, being a child soldier, it must have been.
What are you talking about?
You didn't.
He was a child soldier?
He didn't want to be. He was kidnapped by a warlord.
Oh my God.
Oops.
Classic Dexter and his big mouth.
Yeah.
But as a mom, I kind of understand why, and I have empathy towards Blessing of like, there's some things that are so painful and hurtful. Like you don't want to kind of trauma dump that on your kids.
How I equate that is, you know, not to simplify it into a stupid acting career, but at some point I stopped telling my parents about auditions
Oh, yeah.
because they were so invested in them. It's like, I signed up for this emotional roller coaster, you didn't, so I'll just tell you about when I'm really close to things and you can stress for one night versus 30 nights, right? So that was our agreement. And I think that's what parents think of. It's like,
Yeah.
well, you know, I lived it. I don't have to have you live it as well. Let's just have happy times
Yeah.
and happy thoughts.
Yeah.
Protection.
I'm so sorry, Red. I texted Prater and I totally forgot to call you. I'm sorry, buddy.
And the car got my hand strengthener. Because in the script, it had me originally snapping that phone with my hand. It's like, well, we know how hard that would be.
Yeah.
But I took that to mean like, well, Al's got really strong hands. Well, you get really strong hands by constantly doing this. And I asked props for that. And Scott was like, did you ask for that? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, oh my God.
What's up?
What's up? Hamilton. Not what I signed up for. You know, it's a rap show. I couldn't understand a damn word they said. Total waste of money. I took off at intermission.
Did you watch Hamilton?
Oh, I loved it.
Loved it,
Yeah, loved
right?
it. Seen it a few times.
Did you know that it was
It's a rap show?
You took off?
Yep, I am driving through Hoboken right now. I should be home by tomorrow night.
Oh. I was really looking forward to getting together one last time. How about I meet you out that way?
You know, I gotta get home to the little lady. You know, babies don't make themselves. Right? But hey, you know what? I'll see you next year if Prater keeps this tradition going. If this year's murders didn't mess it all up.
I'm pissed. I was really hoping to see you on that table.
Really?
Do you feel like you got robbed? Not
No.
because I wanted you to die, because it's like, I think it's well, you know, we
I-
all die on this show.
I was honored though that I got away, and I actually asked Scott and Clyde, like, what kind of rare air am I in? of serial killers that have escaped Dexter's table, and they had to think about it. Like, I don't know, Michael was like, I don't know that anyone that's a serial killer has escaped my table.
Do you think fans are going to be pissed?
Pissed and happy, I think, in some way, because this is kind of one little amuse-bouche that's still hanging out there that will then, amongst many other things, engage fans to think like, okay, well, what's next?
Maybe I'll look you up in Wisconsin if I'm ever in that neck of the woods. What area are you in, anyway?
Oh, pal. I try to keep the Prater world separate from my family life. You understand.
I do.
Well, listen, Red, I'm gonna bid you adieu. Take care of yourself, okay, pal?
Your character, even though he's like, oh, happy, jolly, no big deal, he is smart. There's a reason why he hasn't gotten caught.
Yeah.
He doesn't give away too much information. He throws that phone away immediately.
I think serial killers all have the same code in that respect.
But you still
don't get
kill in
caught.
the same hometown. No.
Well, I think I kill all over.
Okay.
I imagine that I was like a printer cartridge salesman or
Yeah.
something, just traveling around checking on customers. I think it's pretty ironic that I'm a biker. Like, you know, I'm out on the bike path. Nothing to see here, folks. just a big guy biking. Anyway, so trying to better his life, he fits right in, but hiding in plain sight.
Plain sight.
What the fuck? What the fuck? Who are you? What are you doing? Don't kill me, please! Don't kill me! Don't kill me! Don't kill me!
I'm here for your tenants.
Dexter scares Vinny in the kill room, and Angel gets this close. So close to catching Dexter in the act. What do you think of this scene?
I loved it. I was surprised because I didn't read parts that at like
You did it
towards
on purpose.
Yes. That's how I did Modern Family too. You know, they always say like, you know, actors only read their parts and their lines. Well, it truthfully got to that part where I realized, oh, I can watch our show as a fan. If I know my parts, I don't know what Phil and Claire's doing
Yeah.
unless I'm in there. I don't know what Jay and Gloria are doing unless I'm in the scene. So I won't read those things. So that's how I treated these scripts of Dexter's. Like once I was gone off the page, I was just like, I'll watch it, just
As
like
a
everybody
fan.
else. Yeah.
I didn't see him, but I was this close.
I do not understand.
Okay, the man wrapped in plastic on the table, he ran away. He was so terrified that he ran right over me. But he was here
And why did he run away?
because he was scared of the Bay Harbor Butcher.
You've got to feel for Angel in this scene because he really tries to prove a point about his Bay Harbor Butcher theory. And calling in the other detectives, Wallace and Oliva, and then just looking crazier and crazier.
Testament though to the writing there as well, because
I've never seen him so unhinged.
and just so defeated. Like, and him realizing that, oh, he can see why they think he's crazy. Like this all doesn't really make sense.
And he's right, and the irony is he's right.
Yeah.
Do you think that this is gonna push Angel to take more desperate measures?
Yes.
Oh God, but how is he gonna track him now?
The writers are going to figure that out. I hate to break it to you, but it's TV.
I know.
They're going to figure that out.
This
No,
is-
I have no idea, but I'm fearful for Angel.
I don't want him to
Could
get
it-
hurt.
Well, let me turn the tables on you.
Yeah,
Could Dexter do it?
I think so. I think he's ready. I think he's gotten too close.
He will do what he has to do to not get caught. And if that's take out Angel Batista, then Angel Batista's toast. It's all hands on deck here. This is really good TV for their fans. They have created a masterpiece for Dexter fans. And I think in order to continue this masterpiece, anything's possible.
I really hope you're not right, but you are right.
The Bay Harbor Butcher.
Hello?
Sorry, did you say the Bay Harbor Butcher?
Correct.
Yeah, that case has been closed for years.
Did you meet Desmond? Quinn?
Yes.
Detective Quinn? He's the nicest guy.
Sweetest guy.
The sweetest guy.
I was so happy to see him because I didn't know he was in the show.
Yeah.
And I was so happy to see him at the premiere. I was so happy to meet Dokes.
Dokes.
Just
I got
such
the
a
best
great
video
guy.
from Dokes.
Surprise, motherfucker!
Yeah.
The best. I mean, for everyone to get their flowers and then to see Desmond again in this episode.
Really
it just warms
great.
my heart.
Great character. Great. Seems like a great guy.
By the way, would it be cool if I maybe spent the weekend at your place?
Red, I didn't know you have a son.
Prater is one step closer to figuring out who Dexter is. What is he gonna do with this information? You don't know because you didn't read it.
Well, I didn't
You
read
do
it,
know.
but I did have Scott explain a couple things to me that happens in
Okay.
episode 10.
But you can't talk about it because it's a
Absolutely
spoiler.
not. Absolutely not. But all I'll say, I'll refer back to, this is a masterpiece
God damn it, I can't wait to watch episode 10.
where avenues collide.
Let's play a classic game of Bloodslide Roulette.
Oh, the old classic.
Yeah, the old
I
classic.
played it as a kid.
So there are 50 slides
Yep.
with a question on each. Some are random, some are twisted, some are quite fun. So pick a number from 1 to 50.
Okay, 31.
What was your first impression of New York City?
My first impression of New York City is when I went to be on The View. I was 38 years old, and my first trip to New York City was to go be a guest on The View.
Was that after your second win?
It was before I won anything, before I won shit in life. I was going to do press for the beginning of Modern Family, and I went to see my first musical that week with Jesse Tyler Ferguson. And I saw Billy Elliot. I almost want to dance in the ballet. That's where that came from, and fell asleep in the musical. And Jesse was like, "Eric, oh my God."
Did they
Eric."
see you?
No, of course
thank
not. But
God.
he did, and he was horrified. My first impression was amazing, and I was also glad that I lived in LA. Number 6.
Okay, great. If your life had a theme song, what would it be?
It used to be Gotta Be by Desiree. I used to listen to that song. It was like
I
my
love
pump up
that.
song. And then when I was in Los Angeles in heavy traffic, I would always listen to a song by Don Williams, my favorite country artist, called Lord, This Day Is Good, because it would just put me in the right state of mind on the 405.
Oh, Jesus. Dexter has always had this great balance of comedy and horror. Is that one of the things that kind of like drew you to this franchise?
Well, I was a fan of it just from like everybody else from the beginning. I thought it was
I mean,
just
fantastic acting.
I mean, the premise, phenomenal, and the anti-hero you're rooting for, that's exactly what keeps people coming back for more. You have such love and admiration for what Dexter does, because we all possess that. When I see somebody park in a handicap spot, like, I want to handle business on behalf of somebody. I always said my personality in life, in real life, is somewhere between, I used to say this, Larry David and Dexter Morgan, right? Larry David complains about everything, doesn't do anything about it, and Dexter takes care of business.
Yes.
I'm in the middle. Yeah, somewhere in there.
Let's keep you in the middle.
Nice edge more towards
Okay.
Dexter.
Okay. Well, it sounds like you developed this character quite a bit, but what was on the page originally?
Well, what was on the page was that he's likable. I mean, his name's Jolly, Al Jolly, so right off the bat. I think
Did he have a
Scott-
family? Is
Yeah, I
that
have a
something-
family,
okay.
and I think the first thing Scott said to me was, we need this guy to be the most likable person anyone meets. I'm like, well, it's gonna be hard for me, but so I just love that, because what's on the page is that I kill people, right? So I don't need to put like more mustard on the fact
No.
that I kill people. That's the given circumstance
Mm-hmm.
if we're getting into acting. So I just thought, well, how do I create a character that gives everyone a taste, a touch, because it's not like I'm the star of this series, but they wanted everyone to get a taste of this universe of these characters. But my character is unique in a way into the Dexter world that I think people will be surprised by.
It's
right?
unique in a way, but then also that's how they exist,
Well, you
right?
have
They're
to-
fathers,
yeah.
they're likable, they're charismatic.
Well, I think Al's everything Dexter wishes he could be, because
Yeah.
he can't believe that I actually am a father and that I'm not Trinity, right? I'm not a ruthless person with my family. I love my family. I love Mabel and all my girls. So Dexter wishes he could be me, but they wanted me to just, I have to create a character that you would be comfortable hanging out with,
Yeah.
right? I wanted Al to feel like a man-child, like a little bit of a kid in the 8th grade, and how he dressed in the 8th grade still is how he dresses as an adult. And I wanted him to be somebody who kind of like falls forward in life. My circumstances are a lot of times just by accident. Things happen, talking to you,
Lot
and
of
all of a
luck.
sudden, here you are. Oh my gosh, bikes in Wisconsin. We should get together. Just accidentally
Yeah.
falling things into Al's lap. But yeah, I wanted the fanny pack, like most guys do. I don't need to show off my package.
good.
So I wanted the fanny
I mean, I would see him as with cargo pants too, just like more
Yep.
pockets.
Pockets.
More accessibility.
And the hand strengthener. I love that stuff as an actor. I love props people. Props people and actors are very similar.
And then also the improv.
Oh, somebody told me James Bond was going to be here. Hey, we're going on a whirlybird.
The sooner this is over, the better.
All right, Gloomy Gus. I attached the camera to my bike helmet, safety first.
You're so fast, you're so on your toes. What is one skill that you've learned from improv that you can share with the rest of us that you've still use today in your art and your craft?
Oh, well, it is being in the moment, like active listening. With improv, you have to just keep your ears open. And, you're saying you like the script. I like the script too, but what I like to do is create the 10 minutes before, the year before, the 5 years after, and create all that world around there.
There's this one scene when you're showing off your show and tell for Prater, and there's a video. And just the way you're setting up the camera and like setting up, it's so funny. It's like what all dads do.
Yeah. Well, look at BTK.
I know,
look
that's
at
what-
all
that's exactly
look
what
at
I
all
mean.
those guys, like living in the middle of everyone
With
no
families.
suspicion in families, and everybody just thought they were the greatest guys. And that's all I wanted to do was create a really likable character that wouldn't blame his victims for falling prey to him. Like they would have severe empathy and be like, I feel so sorry for his victims because wow, that was out of nowhere.
You are the most terrifying serial killer on the show, truly.
What? I'm just
Are you? Is it because I'm not wearing a ponytail? Okay.
I told them don't have her put it in a ponytail.
Thank God. On that note, we're gonna play a game.
Okay.
This one's called Dexter's Decisive Jesus.
What
You're
is
making
it?
me so nervous.
What is it?
Dexter's Decisive
Decisions.
Distinctions.
Oh, distinctions.
Yes.
Dexter's Decisive. Ooh, that's hard.
Yeah, right.
Dexter's Decisive Distinctions.
It's a quick fire way to get the scoop on what it's like to be in the room with all the legendary actors. I'm gonna throw out a list of superlatives and you're gonna tell me the first co-star that comes to mind. No second guessing, just your gut reaction.
Right.
Are you ready?
Yep.
Class clown.
Well, me.
Most unlike their character.
I would have to say Dexter because he's the quantity
nicest
of
guy.
murderers he's had, which is furthest away from who Michael is.
Biggest Dexter fan.
In the group, I would say David, me, or Kristen, I would guess.
Most likely to break character on set.
Kristen.
Okay. Most mysterious off camera.
David.
Most likely to start a true crime podcast.
David.
David. Yeah, I know.
So it's all David.
I know. He loves it. Most likely to be miscongeniality.
Well, Kristen. She's a charmer. She's lovely.
Best death stare.
Michael C. Hall.
I don't know why he scares me.
Yeah, well, because he's really good.
Best secret karaoke voice.
Him.
Biggest hype person in the cast.
David. He's always hyping everybody up. He's such a
good
sweetheart.
guy.
Yeah, he's such a sweet guy.
Him. And he's fascinating.
Yeah.
Most likely to steal the spotlight in a group photo.
Peter.
Most likely to criticize your choices in this game.
Peter.
What?
What can fans expect from the rest of the season of Resurrection?
Surprise.
Surprise, surprise.
I mean, surprise and quality. Surprise, surprise.
I wish I can be that bendy, but I'm not. Ow! Definitely pulled something, can you? Oh!
Surprise.
Yeah.
Quality.
Okay.
Excitement, suspense. I mean, any show better than cliffhangers? Like just this episode. I mean, you can't wait. And I love that they're releasing it old school, one episode at a time. Which
I
is,
hate that.
Well, that's what TV used to
I
be
know,
like.
that's true. You're right.
And we need to go back there.
You're right. You're right.
Now we just want everything right now. We want
I
to consume
know.
everything at one time.
I'm greedy. What more from Al would you like to explore?
Well, I definitely would like to see Al's
family life.
I'd like to see how, again, referencing Trinity, we saw what kind of family life he had.
He was kind of an asshole. And you're just you're the best guy. Best Christmas gifts, like you said. Yeah.
I think you get home and Dexter is just blown away by how normal and how loving of a dad I am.
I kind of like the conflict of like, should you take him down or is it going to really impact your family? So
I think Al will be formidable.
what is the story with John?
So the first year I was nominated for an Emmy, I was fortunate enough to win.
2 out of 3, we know.
So I go up on stage, I accept my Emmy, I black out, and I walk off stage. And the first person I see when I walk off stage is John Lithgow. And he goes, great speech. And I was like,
what did you say?
Well, I don't remember. I just said, John, thank you. I don't remember anything I said in my speech, but if you said it's great, then I believe you. And I'm looking up at him, he's towering
Tall
man.
guy, yeah.
And that was John Lithgow walking onto stage to present an Emmy for guest actor in a series because he had won for season 4. John Lithgow won an Emmy for his performance. So literally Al Jolly and Trinity rubbed elbows so many years ago. And it's like, here you were.
Creepiest serial killers. That's great. One last question that I love to ask all my guests. What is one thing that people don't know about you?
That I've had my hand in a cow? That's one thing people don't know about me.
Where?
In its vagina.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Were you helping a birth?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I've
Grew
seen
up on
that.
a farm. Grew up on a farm.
Yeah.
And I used to have it on my resume.
No way.
Oh yeah.
So you know how to help?
Help a breech, yeah.
Okay.
My dad taught me. So yeah, I've been elbow deep in a cow.
Do they make gloves that long?
Yeah, they do actually,
great,
but this was without a glove because
Without
it was
a
an
glove.
emergency. And my dad led the way. He's like, no, you got to get in
Wait,
here
so
and help me.
both of your hands were
his
in
arm
there?
was in, and then my arm, we had to turn it like this and then pull it out. Imagine me going in an audition and they're reading my resume. It's like, so Kansas State,
Yeah.
clowning, Second City. Your arm's been in a cow? Yeah, you want to talk about it? No.
Wow. Thank you so much for tuning in to Dexter Final Cut, and a huge thanks to our incredible guest, Eric Stonestreet. Woo! Thank you so much for being here.
You're welcome.
So great.
Yeah,
Thank
well, I
you.
agree. Yeah, thank you.
Woo! Don't forget to subscribe to the Dexter YouTube channel, drop a comment, and jump into the Dexter community. We love hearing all of your theories and questions. Stream new episodes of Dexter Resurrection on Paramount Plus only with the premium plan. And then swing on by to the Dexter YouTube channel the day after for our official breakdown. I'm Jamie Chung, and until then, tread lightly, without a ponytail. And now, a sneak peek of next week's episode.
Stay away from my son.
Does Harrison know who you really are?
I'm telling you, Dexter Morgan is the Bay Harbor Butcher.
You must cease and desist. If you are still here tomorrow, I will have you arrested.
No matter how hard I try to keep my family life separate from my darker needs, the two just keep on colliding.
Are we gonna be okay?
You have to trust me. The Dark Passenger is mine.
Original series and New Blood, available on the Essential Plan.